Hey guys, we're going to see how this comes out real quick, just to go over the trading for today, Wednesday, August 12th. Not much economic news, but we did have 5 trades on a size adjusted basis, pulled out 22.3 pips. No economic news. We did have China devaluing their currency again. That's hit global markets all around the world. From stock markets to certain currencies got hit, certain currencies rallied, bond markets rallied, driving interest rates lower. You had one of the Federal Reserve governors, Dudley. He came out and he said he's hopeful in the near term they could raise rates, when just a matter of a couple days ago, another Fed governor said his remarks were seeming like it was almost a definite lock that they were going to be raising rates in September. And the guy the other day, I can't remember his name, Lockhart I think it was, he's seen as a sort of like a consensus of all the Fed governors. He's very neutral in his thinking, takes in everything and kind of reflects that in his speeches. So the markets have swung wildly. No one knows what's going on. No one knows what the Fed's going to do. It looks like the Fed is not going to be raising rates. Last time I looked at Fed fund futures, it was down to about 40% chance that they were going to be raising rates in September. And it was as high as, I think, 55 or 58% just on Monday. So economies around the world are grinding to a halt. We've been saying it, and now China is the last one. And they are completely grinding to a halt. So it's been a little crazy. Was there anything else? I don't remember. I think that was it that I went over in the first video. The first video, the sound quality was really bad, so I want to kind of see how this one works out. Anyway, so let's go over to 5 trades. First one you're looking at here is Aussie US dollar. We were short this 0.73035. Picked up 13.9 pips. Went in our favor right off the bat. That's adjusted for size 5.5. And you can see what it did here. It just consolidated for several hours before moving up and then finally coming in hard. And when it was coming in hard, we got short 0.72628. Excuse me, 0.72813. We covered 0.72628, picking up 18.5 pips. But what you can see there, it just blasted down. We left a bunch on the table, but again, it's it's a scalp, it's not a full scalp, but it's scalp / swing type trade, you could say. We had 40% of our normal size. So, we'll take the trade for sure. It was moving so fast. Aussie yen, very similar action as Aussie dollar, which obviously they're relatively highly correlated. First one we were short 91.155. Went in our favor off the bat. Picked up 6.5 pips. Covering at, 91.054. Covering just above the figure of 91 even. Picking up 10.1 pips, size adjusted 4.0. So this short goes with this cover. As you know, our feeling on the figures, it's a big psychological level, so we were covering just ahead of that. And then the next one, we were short 90.941. This one looks a lot easier. It looks similar, very similar to the Aussie US dollar. But the Aussie US dollar on a smaller time frame, if you look at this on 15 minutes or 5 minutes, the Aussie US dollar was moving much more fluidly and cleanly, where Aussie yen wasn't. So it was a lot harder to trade it. We picked up 6.5 pips, size adjusted 2.6. Where we covered, it was having trouble, like around 90.85. Kept going between 90.85, 90.88, 90.90, 90.85, back and forth. So we ended up covering at 90.8760, picking up 6.5 pips, size adjusted 2.6. And then about 10-15 minutes, it blasted down through. Could have easily been covering somewhere 90.75 or so. Could have picked up anywhere between 10 and call it 15 more pips. And it actually ran all the way down to about 90.33. So definitely left some on the table there. And the last one was New Zealand dollar. US dollar was a full scalp on this. Again, with full scalps, you're only looking to make whatever you can real quick, whether it's 2 pips, 5 pips, 12 pips, whatever, while risking 10, 15, 20 pips, by most 30 pips. Usually on a full scalp, if it's not going your way rather quickly, you're going to kind of know. And this thing, it did go in our favor quickly, but not by a lot. And we were in the thing for a while. Usually with scalps, we're in them, we're out them, 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that. We were in this thing for quite some time. And you could see it just wasn't getting past 0.65, about 6.7, 6.8 area. Kept bumping up against it, falling back, bumping up against it, falling back. And obviously we knew there was it was a small economic number coming out. I don't know if it was Australia or New Zealand, I forget which, but either or, Australia and New Zealand, their economies are so highly correlated that it's going to impact. So we wanted to be out before that, of course, especially with a full scalp. If you got 40% of your size, 30% of your size, you may not worry about it. But with a full scalp, you have to be out. So we got out, and you could see what it did. Even if we got out, it kept going back and forth between that, 0.6555 level to 0.655758 level. So back and forth. So 2.8 pips. So not the worst thing in the world, but not the best thing in the world either. So end result, not too bad trading. We'll definitely take it. We'll move on to tomorrow. We'll see what's on the economic calendar tonight. If you're trading now, good luck. If any signals come out, they'll be coming your way. And if we get any action tonight and tomorrow, we'll definitely do another video. Hopefully we can get the sound card working on our computer. We've been working on it since the other video, uninstalling the drivers or reinstalling them, but it doesn't seem to be working. So we're hoping that this video can come out clear enough using our phone and we can move forward with that. And the computer's not even that old. This laptop, I don't know, maybe a year. I don't even think it's a year old. So obviously something's wrong. Anyway, have a great rest of your day, and we'll be back tomorrow as soon as we get some action.